I don't know, maybe nobody's figured out the combination yet, right? Maybe they just spin it and think it's like, oh, look, cool, it just spins. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Mota Beta Reviews. I'm your host, Mota Beta, and I'm super happy you're with me today. Today's video was submitted to us. It is called Ancient Temples Are Machines with Moving Parts, and it is by Praveen Mohan. So, everybody was suggesting his videos. I guess he does a bunch of them on temples and aliens and stuff or something, but so we're gonna check it out. But before we do that, can you go ahead and help me out? Like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon, so whenever I make new videos, got a lot of new ones coming out, it goes straight to your notifications and lets you know, so you can check it out and maybe be the first one to comment. I try to reply to all the comments on there, so please leave a comment, even if it's just what's up. Just like to say hi. But one thing I do want to do is I have a challenge. It's the Mota Beta challenge, and I am trying to reach a certain number of subscribers, okay? And that number is, drumroll please, 300. I know that's kind of lame, because there's like, you know, YouTubers with like millions of subscribers and whatever, but hey, how do you chop down a forest? You can't do it in one swipe, right? It's one tree at a time, right? So, if you can subscribe and we hit 300, the goal is 300 subscribers. What I want to do is, I'm going to go ahead and just shout some people out that leave comments. So, you can get your name shout outed on YouTube. I know it's not like, I'm not nobody special, but, oh, that's kind of cool, right? Your name gets shouted out, maybe your comment gets shouted out on YouTube, and so that'll be the goal, is at 300 subscribers we'll go ahead and shout out some of my subscribers and people that leave comments on my channel. Cool? Alright, let's go for it. 300 subscribers. Mota Betas unite. Here we go. Alright, let's check out the video. So, once again, it is Ancient Temples Are Machines with Moving Parts, ? And is by Praveen Mohan. Check out his channel also, because I'm sure he puts a lot of work into his videos, and just go ahead and give him some support. Okay, let's check it out.
Hey guys, ancient temples in India have moving parts. You may not believe me. Watch this.
That's cool.
Yes, this is a column made of stone in a temple in India. Normally, you will not even think of trying to touch or rotate this stone block, but someone accidentally discovered or rediscovered that it could be rotated. What could possibly be the reason to have something like this installed in a temple? To set up something like this, there has to be a rotating mechanism, and it's not easy to set this up in stone, because you cannot open it afterwards and put lubricant inside.
Right. And you don't see any lubricant spilling out of the bottom.
Made of stone, you need to have advanced knowledge in engineering. No, this is not the only temple with moving parts. Look at this one.
Oh, that's cool. Looks like a stone carved out inside the stone.
Here's a column which has small holes through which you can insert your finger. Inside there is a ball, a stone ball, and you can move it up and down. Of course, you cannot pull the ball out through these tiny holes. You can only move it inside the hollow column. How was the ball put inside in the first place? If you claim this is carved, how did they manage to scoop out the rock which was inside through these small
with
holes?
A little tiny hammer and
There's
a little
another
tiny
ancient temple in a place called Uttarakosamangai. This is at least 1,200 years old. There is a ball inside a lion's mouth. you can roll the ball, you can rotate it, but you cannot pull it out of the lion's mouth.
Yeah, but I've seen those before made
What's
recently.
more bizarre? The lion is made of solid granite, but the ball inside is made of a type of rock called onyx. So how is this ball put inside the lion's mouth? And why are we not able to pull this ball out? More and more young people are becoming interested in Indian temples, and they're sending me incredible videos to my email. Here's a snake's mouth wide open, and the mouth is held open because Lord Vishnu's conch shell is placed between its upper and lower jaw. But you can rotate this conch. It spins very well, much better than some modern rotating devices. But the real question is, why were these moving parts set up in temples? Some say that if you move these parts in a certain rhythm, in a certain order, or a certain speed, secret chambers can be opened which are hiding in plain sight. Now, what do I mean by this? Let's look at this one. This is a safe box to keep money, and boxes like these were used in India for many centuries.
Oh, that's cool.
There's a type of safe used by a group called chettiars. They have mastered the art of safe making. It is so complex, it's uncrackable even today, unless you know which knobs to turn in which order to open the safe. In fact, when a normal person looks at this for the first time, he will not even realize that this is a safe that can be opened. He will just think this is a decorative piece made of solid metal. But now, look at this ceiling in an ancient temple in a place called Vetuan Koil. This is made of stone, and of course it has these fabulous and complex patterns of the 9 influencers called Navagraha and 12 zodiac signs and other features of astrology. But look at this area in the center. This is a doorknob, which means you can open this. This is also a very ancient temple, and because of time, you can now see the gaps between the door and the rest of the chamber. And look at these protruding circular knobs. I believe that if you rotate them in a particular pattern, just like the metal safe you saw, you can open the secret chamber in the ceiling of this temple. I mean, clearly this is a door which leads to something. In ancient Indian temples, there are many, many mysteries hidden in plain sight. We have not even started to understand them. Now, let's look at one of the most iconic megalithic structures in the World Heritage Site of Hampi. This is a gigantic stone chariot standing about 15 feet tall and 10 feet wide and weighs more than 120 tons.
Wow, so it's
it
like
is
solid
so
rock.
awe-inspiring. It's
stone.
even printed on Indian money.
Oh, that's cool.
Even by conservative archaeological accounts, it was built at least 500 years ago. But in spite of being very popular among tourists, this chariot remains shrouded in mystery. Google and Wikipedia give blatantly false information. For example, Google calls this a monolithic chariot.
Yeah, so it's one
If you examine the structure, you realize it's not monolithic at all. It is not made of one stone. Look at how each wheel is made of a separate stone block, and they're set up on the axles like a real working chariot.
They even have grooves.
The chariot
around the
appears to be
wheels.
not built as a decorative or religious structure. Rather, it is built like a real vehicle made of several parts which are assembled together. I know this is a weird question to ask, but is it possible that this chariot has moving parts? When I examined the wheels and axles, I found
you can see the gap
exactly
where
I was
the axles
looking
stick
for.
out.
You
also.
see these marks? These are caused by friction. When something moves, 2 pieces rub against each other. These marks are created because of wear and tear. This is clear proof that these wheels rotated. The wheels rubbed against the quote-unquote mud guards. just like what you would find in a modern day vehicle. But today, we're not able to rotate the wheels. Why? A quick internet search showed me that visitors kept moving the wheels and damaged them in 2011.
Man,
so
people,
the
I'll tell you
authorities
what.
now put concrete at the base of the wheels
So they
and
wouldn't
made
move.
them immovable. But why were the wheels originally designed for rotation? To move the entire 120-ton chariot? No, these wheels cannot handle such a weight. Locals say that every year on a certain date, the main idol of this temple would be placed inside this chariot. And when people rotated the wheels in a certain speed, the dark chamber inside the chariot would brighten up and illuminate the idol. Of course, this sounds like magic. But magic is just another name for advanced technology. Are we talking about a glowing light source here?
Yeah,
More
magic,
specifically, are we talking about an ancient dynamo mechanism?
Yeah, that's cool.
Today, we can spin a wheel and can light up a light bulb. We generate electricity by spinning a wheel. This is a simple electric generator we use even when pedaling a bicycle. Were ancient Indian builders using electricity the same way? Why else would they painstakingly create these rotatable wheels on this giant chariot? The simple answer is they knew how to convert one form of energy into another form. They were converting kinetic energy into electrical power. Could this be why we're able to find so many movable parts in ancient Indian temples? Were they meant to be moved so they could create electricity or some other type of power, which was then used for constructive purposes?
That one kind of reminds me of those
But is it
prayer
possible that
wheels at the
ancient
entrance
builders
of
were not
like
only
Tibetan
using
temples?
human energy, but also wind energy in temples? Of course, this is a crazy idea. All these moving parts I showed you are made of stone, and stones are just too heavy to be moved by wind, right? But see, ancient builders were much more advanced than us. They could
That I think is
make
true.
stones
That I think is true.
movable even by wind. In some Indian temples, you can see these chains moving even with the slightest breeze. But these chains are made of stone. They're not made of metal. Ancient builders have cleverly designed them to be hanging from the ceilings of temples. These chains you're looking at were created more than 700 years ago. But what is the purpose of them? As usual, experts think these are merely for decorative purposes.
Yeah, that's what I
However,
think they were for.
Others say that once upon a time, small transparent crystals were placed at the end. Look at the holder-like design at the bottom. And if the wind reached a certain speed,
or technology,
these chains would oscillate faster and the crystals would light up like light bulbs.
Oh, so
does this remind
if it moved around, then the light shining through would
we use
maybe like
today?
shoot out prisms, maybe someplace?
So what do you think? Why were these moving parts installed in ancient Indian temples? Were they meaningless creations just for decoration? Or were ancient builders harnessing and converting energy? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm Praveen Mohan. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and also
give him some support. Check out his channel, man.
All the updates. Please give this video a thumbs up and do share it with your friends. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Awesome. Okay, well, there are definitely ancient temples with moving parts. So I think one thing that's interesting is, you know, we look at some of the old stuff, like, you know, thousands of years old, and when we look at those structures and temples and and buildings and things that are carved into mountainsides and pyramids and all that stuff. We look at those now and we're like, there's no way they could have made that, because they don't have, like, even for us now, like, to do that with modern equipment, backhoes, bulldozers, earth movers, all those things, drills and power drills and power, pneumatic drills and stuff like that to carve things out of rock and stone. And I think we, a lot of times, don't give enough credit to the engineering and ingenuity and intelligence of our ancient societies, right? Because they didn't have electricity, they didn't have these things, and they still created these wonderful, temples and these amazing structures. And so I think there's something to it. Some of the things that he was saying, I think I would err on the side of it's more decoration to me. But then again, I mean, who knows really? Because if let's say somebody in the future, from thousands of years from now, came back. Let's say the Earth civilization had a big crash, and they found this little lock, like a padlock, right? Combination lock. But they didn't know what it was. And they were like, well, this little thing just spins. It's just for decoration. I can see that. One of those things is, oh yeah, well, it's just a spinny thing. There could be no other good use for it. But just like a padlock, if you spin that thing indefinitely and never stop, then it'll just keep spinning, and it just would be like a toy. But if you spin it to 36, go back 24, 36, and then the tumblers line up inside and something happens because the combination was just correct, and then the lock unlocks, right? So I don't know, maybe nobody's figured out the combination yet, right? Maybe they just spin it and think it's like, oh look, cool, it just spins, and it just spins. But in actuality, if they spun it 36 times one direction and a half a turn the next, what if it opened like up some wall to like a treasure room or something? How awesome would that be? I think it was pretty awesome that it was that metal safe and it had all the little knobs. Honestly, if I saw that in a room, I just would think it was like part of a wall decoration. But how cool is that? I want that thing. That thing's awesome. And then when they showed the wall that had all the carved stone, it had the hinged door on there and they had the door handle. I mean, there's got to be some cool little combination, like you press this one in and you turn this at the same time and then touch this thing up here and push it in and turn it half a turn, and then all the locks come in and the door opens up, right? Just like you see in the movies. So I think we need to give more credit to our ancient architects, ancient societies than we do, because I think a lot of times we are kind of, I don't know, proud about our technology and our advancement, and there's a lot of things we can learn from the past, right, and history, and I think that we're not necessarily the smartest or whatever right now. I mean, we do have a lot of technology that helps us, but just imagine if we had zero technology in anything, and then we went up against, a competition of wits and brain power and ingenuity with an ancient society, right? I don't know, man. I don't know how we'd fare. Because, like I said, I don't think we give our ancient engineers and scientists enough credit for some of those things. I mean, look what the aqueducts, how do you move water from one place to another that doesn't have water? The ancient aqueducts, the pyramids, the temples. I think we need to kind of check ourselves sometimes. You know what I mean? Get that pride off our shoulders. Sometimes I think it gets a little too big. But I don't know. I think it was pretty interesting. The chariot that had the wheels that turned. Like, I don't think it generated, in my opinion, I don't think it generated electricity. But they said if it was turned at a certain speed, then the inside chamber would light up. So maybe, I don't know about electricity, but maybe it was like if four people turned the wheels at the same time, right? Because one person turning it, maybe it doesn't do it, but all four people turning it at the same speed would open like a little, would open the roof or open some slats on the side that light can come in, and it would do that. I can accept maybe something like that, but I don't know about the electricity. But once again, who knows? Because it could be just like that little lock. I'm like, no, it just spins. You know, it can't make electricity. It doesn't really do anything. But in reality, you turn it some ways, and you all turn it the different way, and bam, now something unlocks. So I don't know. I kind of get geeked out with science and stuff because I used to be a cell molecular biology major, and so I kind of get dorked out when it comes to cool little gizmos and gadgets and things like that. So it's pretty cool. But anyway, I think that's my review for today on ancient temples or machines with moving parts. So please go ahead and check out Praveen Mohan's channel and just give him a little support. That thing would be awesome. Give him a little kudos. And like I said, what I would love for you to do is like, subscribe, hit the little bell icon for notifications, and let's go ahead and get Mota Beta with 300 subscribers. I still feel dumb saying it because it's such a low number. But hey man, it's a new channel, and I want my 300 OG peeps to be my 301st subscribers. How cool would that be? My Mota Betas, right? Like I said, Mota Betas unite, and let's get those 300 subscribers. And then I'll go ahead and shout out some comments and shout out some names, and get your name shout out on YouTube. So I'd love to do it. I think that would be pretty fun. And you know, like I said, little goals, baby steps. All right, we'll see how it goes. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate all the support you give to the channel. Love the comments that you have, and I thank you for that. I really do enjoy making these videos, and you know, it's something fun, and I hope you get some enjoyment and some entertainment, and I don't know, a good warm feeling inside when you watch the videos with me. All right. So remember, as always, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, number one, I hope you're having an awesome day, right? And number two, if you're not having an awesome day, don't worry, it's going to get better, all right? So remember, 2 things. Smile, be nice, and don't be a hater, be a motivator, all right? Go ahead and motivate somebody out there today. We'll see you on the next one. Later, bye.